They say the most dangerous predators are the ones that appear harmless at first glance. At a lonely gas station in Montana's rugged wilderness, the Crimson Reapers Motorcycle Club was about to learn this lesson in the most devastating way possible. When they spotted a woman in a wheelchair with 2 service dogs, they thought they'd found the perfect target for their intimidation games. They couldn't have been more wrong. Those service dogs weren't just well-trained pets. They were elite, military assets with combat experience in the deadliest war zones on Earth. And their handler? She wasn't just another disabled veteran. She was one of the military's most accomplished canine combat trainers, whose methods had revolutionized tactical canine operations across 3 continents. But this story isn't just about a confrontation that went horribly wrong for a group of overconfident bikers. It's about how a chance encounter at a remote gas station uncovered a web of corruption that would shake law enforcement to its core. It's about dark secrets buried beneath the surface of a small Montana town, unexpected connections that tied a former Marine to a shadowy criminal enterprise, and ultimately, a tale of redemption that began with violence but ended in something far more profound.
Quick pause before we continue. Tell us, where in the world are you watching from? If you're enjoying these stories, make sure to hit subscribe because tomorrow's episode is absolutely mind-blowing.
The morning sun painted long shadows across Eagle Valley as Rachel Barnes guided her modified van through the winding mountain roads. In the specially outfitted rear compartment, Shadow and Ghost lay alert but calm, their muscular forms betraying nothing of their extensive combat training. To any observer, they were simply well-behaved service dogs, their vests and gentle demeanor suggesting nothing more than faithful companions to a disabled veteran. The fuel gauge hovered near empty, forcing Rachel to pull into Cooper's last stop, the final gas station before 100 miles of untamed Montana wilderness. As she maneuvered her wheelchair out of the van, her prosthetic leg caught the early morning light, a reminder of her last deployment that had changed everything. Frank Cooper watched from behind his counter as Rachel began fueling her van. The Shuza, old Vietnam veteran, had owned this station for 30 years, watching the changing tides of travelers pass through. But something about this morning felt different. Maybe it was the way Rachel's dogs maintained their relaxed posture while their eyes tracked every movement around the station. Or maybe it was the radio chatter he'd heard about the